2 videos ago, I talked about how good I think that Pascal Siakam would be in the future, and which players he has similar effects to on the basketball court, and how superior his skills on the basketball court would be compared to theirs. Here's the suggestion for that video at the top. But seeing what he's doing so far this postseason is changing my mind. I think that he'll turn out even better than I said he will 2 videos ago, but I can only see that happening if Nick Nurse has the right approach to Pascal Siakam's game. Nick Nurse can literally turn Pascal Siakam into an ultimate superstar, and you'll see how in a few seconds. But before I get deeper into the video, I'd like to shout out Hillel Levinson and Son Goku. Thanks for the supports. I really appreciate it. And for the other people that didn't get shoutouts that wanted one, I'll shout you out in future videos because I'll only be doing 2 shoutouts per video because I'm getting so many shoutout requests. Also, if you want a shoutout in future videos, let me know in the comment section below. But with all that being said, if you are new to my channel and not subscribed, make sure to subscribe because I drop basketball videos and I cover different topics of the NBA. And don't forget to hit the notification button to get notified whenever I drop a video if you haven't already. And like I always say, once again, it's Third Ivy 195 coming at you with another video. Stay tuned.
Hey, sell it for free. Put no prices on that body, sell it for free. Hey, sell it for free. Girl, you know that body prices, sell it for free.
This is how Nick Nurse can turn Pascal Siakam into an ultimate superstar and to help upgrade the point guard position for the Toronto Raptors. Nick Nurse needs to approach Pascal Siakam's game just like how Jason Kidd approached Giannis Antetokounmpo's game in the past. Jason Kidd literally turned a player that has great size and length, including height, that has great potential, that has great work ethic, and that has point guard-like abilities, that's a power forward, into a point forward. I'm pretty sure all of you know what a point forward is, but for explanation's sake, I'll just read the definition. A point forward is a non-traditional position in basketball with a small forward or sometimes a power forward or combo forward, adding the responsibilities of point guard to their play. Now I'll be going into Giannis' journey in the NBA a little bit on this one. You'll see why after. Giannis was the 15th pick back in the 2013 NBA draft. He wasn't even a top 10 pick, but look at him today. He's one of the most dominant players in the league. But let's be honest here. Even if you are a Giannis fan, you never envisioned that he would be this good. When Giannis just came into the league, he wasn't that good, but he wasn't bad either, as you can see by his stats. But things started to change really quickly because when he was drafted, he was only 6'8.5" inches tall, and now he's 6'11" with a 7'4" wingspan. So as you can see, he's grown 2.5 inches since being drafted, and he's a really hard worker. He has great work ethic, like I said before, and him having the arm length and speed and size, including the height that he has, including his handles, is what has given him an advantage over his opponents, and this is why he has become so dominant over time. When he was young in the league, he played similar to how he plays now, but what changed everything in a positive way for him was that he kept growing in height. Like I said before, he also focused a lot on improving his game, and he focused on gaining more muscle, which makes a person stronger. Look at him before to now. That's a big transformation, and he's always seeking to gain more knowledge about the game. For example, he worked out with Kobe Bryant last summer, and you know Giannis definitely learned a lot about the game of basketball because Kobe's one of the biggest masterminds in NBA history. But what put Giannis over the top for me, in my opinion, was when Jason Kidd decided to make him the primary ball handler back in early 2016 for the Milwaukee Bucks. When Jason Kidd was the coach for Milwaukee a few years ago, he said this about Giannis, that he wants to learn. He wants to be a point guard. He wants to have the ball and help make decisions, be involved in the play. Since this change a few years ago, when Jason Kidd decided to make Giannis Antetokounmpo the primary ball handler, Giannis has become a 3-time All-Star, an All-NBA First Team selectee this year, a 2-time All-NBA Second Team selectee, an NBA All-Defensive First Team selectee this year, also an NBA All-Defensive Second Team selectee, and the Most Improved Player of the Year back in 2017. You can tell he respected Jason Kidd a lot and learned a lot from him. This is going to prove what I'm saying. Jason Kidd benched him one time, and this is what Giannis had to say. I was like, let's see what this guy did in his career. Anyway, I saw Rookie of the Year, NBA Champion, USA Olympic gold medal, 2nd in assists, 5th in made threes. I was like, Jesus freaking Christ, how can I compete with that? I better zip it. Here's more proof that Giannis is a listener.
He's gonna listen, whether you're giving him advice. Even as a rookie, he was listening, and I would listen to him, but he was actually, if I saw something as a point guard, he would actually listen to me and try it out the next play. And that's special. You don't have many guys at his status that are doing that.
I know it's a 2K footage, but they still have to record the player saying that on the microphone to put the audio of the player saying these things in the game, just like how they do it with the analyst in the game. But this just proves that Giannis listens to the people around him, especially his coach. Here is the rest of Jason Kidd's accolades. So as you can see, Jason Kidd was really accomplished throughout his career. Even though Jason Kidd got fired from the Bucks last year and didn't get the Bucks over the hump in terms of being able to win one playoff round during his tenure with the Bucks, but Mike Budenholzer did. He helped them advance to the Eastern Conference Finals this year, somewhere the Bucks haven't been in 18 years since 2001. But even though they lost to the Raptors in 6 games in the Eastern Conference Finals, and I know a lot of people are going to disagree with me on this one, but in my opinion, the Bucks overachieved this playoffs. But no matter what, the Bucks fans, who I'm pretty sure are Giannis fans too, should give Jason Kidd a lot of credit, because Giannis wouldn't be what he is today if it wasn't for Jason Kidd seeing something special in him and passing down a lot of knowledge to Giannis and helping Giannis utilize his skills the proper way in terms of helping Giannis realize what his place is in the NBA and knowing what to do on the court with his skills, size, height, length, strength, and speed, which has given him a big advantage over his opponents, which is why Giannis is so dominant. Jason Kidd was even flattered by Giannis' physical makeup during his time with the Bucks. He said, "I wish I was 7 feet. He's better than me." I feel like Nick Nurse can have the same effect on Pascal Siakam as well, because he has one thing in common that Jason Kidd has, and that's a lot of knowledge for the game, which he can pass down to Pascal, and Nick Nurse was a point guard in the past, just like Jason Kidd was. Even though Nick Nurse never played in the NBA, I still feel like he can have this effect on Pascal, like Jason Kidd had with Giannis. Here's a little history on Nick Nurse. You'll see why I'm going into his history. Nick Nurse attended the University of Northern Iowa, where he would play point guard. Nick led the University of Northern Iowa in steals and three-pointers made for 3 years in a row. He's ranked in 5th for threes made in a career and 3rd in career steals. He also made 78 three-pointers in the 1987-88 season, and he was almost shooting 50% from the three. That's the best three-point shooting percentage in University of Northern Iowa's history. This is Nick Nurse's coaching career so far. Now here are his accolades. Nick Nurse has done so many spectacular things as a coach in his career. At one point, he was the youngest basketball coach at the age of 23 years old in America. He spent 11 seasons coaching basketball in Europe, and he spent most of his time in the British League. He also won the British Basketball League Coach of the Year award for the 1999-2000 season and for the 2003-04 season. Fast forwarding to this year, Nick Nurse helped lead the Toronto Raptors to the NBA Finals for the first time in franchise history. Toronto is also the first team outside of America to be in the NBA Finals in NBA history. Nick Nurse also became the 6th rookie head coach to reach the NBA Finals in NBA history. So I'm showing you all this to say, look at how much knowledge has been accumulated over the years for Nick Nurse in basketball. And he's shown that he can coach on the highest level by making adjustments when his plans fail. And there's so many more great things in store for him. And he helps players grow a lot too, because during his 6 years coaching in the D-League, Nick Nurse had 23 players on his rosters called up to the NBA. So being on the Raptors is the perfect situation for Pascal Siakam, and it's proven that it is, because look at his growth from his rookie year all the way till now, and look at his growth in the playoffs as well. Pascal is a young rising star in this league that can literally become a superstar, and like I said before, I feel like Nick Nurse should turn Pascal into a point forward by making Pascal the primary ball handler for the Raptors, just like Jason Kidd did with Giannis. And as you can see right now how Giannis is listed as a point forward, but Pascal isn't. He's just strictly a power forward. If Nick decided to do this with Pascal, I see the Raptors benefiting from this, because if Kawhi stays, Pascal wouldn't get in his way in my opinion, because it would help Kawhi a lot and he wouldn't have to carry the load as much, and he would be playing alongside another superstar. And even if Kawhi leaves this upcoming offseason, I know the Raptors will for sure extend Pascal's contract, because he's eligible for a contract extension this upcoming offseason, where he can make over $100 million over the next couple of years, and he would instantly become the best and the most important player on the Raptors if Kawhi left the team this upcoming offseason. The Raptors already have a solid young core going forward that has playoff experience, and they can just continue to build around Pascal like Milwaukee has with Giannis if Kawhi were to leave this upcoming offseason. This decision would also help to upgrade the Raptors point guard position, because even though Kyle Lowry and Fred VanVleet have been playing good lately, we can't forget sometimes that they struggle a lot, and I think they struggle because of their miniature size. So Pascal being the primary ball handler would help out a lot because of his size and skills. He's 6'9" with a 7'2" wingspan with good handles, and he has a deadly transition game. He can attack you off the dribble, he can shoot, he can run the floor, and he has very good defense, and defense is important to him. Take a look.
In the playoffs, it's all about defense. You can score or, points and stuff like that, but kind of understanding what teams do and with the potential that we have on defense, you know, just continue to work and kind of understand the schemes on defense.
And he's only going to get better from here in every aspect of his game, and he'll get stronger and develop more knowledge for the game. He's going to be scary in the future, and he's a hard worker. You are not going to improve this much by not putting in any work. You have to put in the work. As you can see, he's done and will continue to do, and Pascal will most likely win the Most Improved Player award for this season. In the offseason, you can call me crazy, but Pascal Siakam is more skilled than Giannis offensively. Take a look. Pascal is a better free throw shooter and 3-point shooter, and he breaks down the defense better to me than Giannis can. Pascal is more finesse, while Giannis represents more power, which is why he's called a freak. And the only reason why Pascal doesn't score more points is because he's not the focal point of an offense, while Giannis is. If Pascal becomes the focal point of an offense in the future, you'll see how dangerous he'll be. And what I'm saying, if you look at the Eastern Conference Finals, you've seen proof that if Giannis can't get to the basket, everything is over for him, because he lacks in the shooting area, and he's not that good at shooting free throws either. With Pascal, it's the opposite. It's hard to shut him down because he can shoot, but I hope Nick Nurse develops the awareness to realize to make Pascal Siakam the primary ball handler for the Toronto Raptors. And if he does realize this and decides to have this approach to Pascal, Pascal will be talked about as being one of the best or the best in the league in the future, because he would dominate on a really high level playing like this. But with all that being said, that's it for the video, guys. That's how I think Nick Nurse can turn Pascal Siakam into a superstar. And like I always say, please like and subscribe and hit that notification button and comment below. Tell me what you think. Your opinion matters. And follow me on my Twitter and Instagram account. It's the same name as my YouTube channel name. And share this video. Peace.
I eat my French toast, bag of French girl, tell her let's go. Watch me explode like I'm Mentos mixed with that coke. Moving like a groupie, so I back up pronto. Though you a baddie, I'm gonna split my Uber, go get you a taxi.